Sarah from 17 once again, introducing you to my Ghost Recon Future Soldier Elite Difficulty video walkthrough. This is the mission Gallant Thief, and I'm extremely sorry that this this video has not been up in the so-called completed guide for quite a long time. And a big thank you to the subscriber or the viewer that noticed it. I can't quite remember your name, brother, but I know who you are, and I'm in debt because when you look at something for so long, as I do with each of the guides I put up, once everything is up, especially if it's in a convoluted period, I just kind of assume it's all there. And I assume it's all working, because I don't get as much time as you'd think to test a lot of the stuff I put out there, and I rely on my audience to tell me if something's wrong. Because for the most part, you know, if there's a glaring problem, people will point it out, but nobody seemed to notice that this mission was missing, and I don't know if that's because it's a pretty easy one. It literally took me about 20 minutes to record. I've not played this game since I made the guide. I couldn't even remember the bullets, but I died once, and that was because I got shot by a soldier through glass, and I didn't realise you could shoot through the glass. I thought I was safe. I wasn't, and I did it quite easily, so fingers crossed. You know, people will not have too much issue with this level, and I assume that they don't because they've not requested it since. But for all intents and purposes, I do like to have complete guides on my channel, and there is only one other video that is not complete, and that is because of capture problems and software problems, and that is my Red Faction Armageddon, where I lost the last section to the last level, where you defend the pillar machine, the Terramorph, and it kind of sucks because I didn't have a save where I could go back and do that, so I'd have to beat the entire game again, and I do not have the time, unfortunately, to do something like that because of a technical problem. But with this one, much easier. All I had to do was, you know, pop it in, select the level, and go. So this mission is probably my favourite on the game, mainly because I really love the camouflage of the armour that you're wearing. I love the colour scheme, I love how it looks. It's just a cool mission. One thing to bear in mind, this is the first mission I think you do on your own in the game. The first and only mission where you go solo. So you don't have your team to rely on too much, which is a good thing, I think, because I enjoy it. The stealth aspects are easy if you know what you're doing. You'll have to bear with me here. I've not driven this robot for a while, and I do not know the perfect path through this vent because I've forgotten it. So I'm making wrong turns and you know, making this look a lot worse than it is. But it's not difficult. It's just one of those pattern memorization things. But the stealth on this game is simple if you know what you're doing. Be aggressive, always stay crouched. As soon as they start to notice you and the ring comes up that goes white to red, drop down into prone. It generally completely stops them from being able to see you in any given situation. And just, you know, keep on pushing forward, just play smart, play safe, and you should have no issue stealthing past a majority of these sections. The combat coming up is quite difficult because on Elite you die very fast. There's a lot of guys, they do flank you, but if you follow what I do, you can take out a whole bunch of them before they realise that you're there, and as long as they don't see any bodies, they don't set the alarm off. Because unfortunately this is just like Metal Gear Solid 1, so we're warped all the way back to the early 2000s when, you know, when one person sees a body, every single AI person in the level knows where you are, and it's bullshit because it turns into this, you know, perfect aim nonsense where you're evading people that know every single step that you're making. So the easier solution is to just not get spotted. And that's what I would implore you to do for these sections here, because I could have quite easily killed that guy, but there's always the potential that a body will be found and it will make the level harder than it needs to be. So you're going to see me in this video, and perhaps in the next one, getting really close to people that I could kill, but I choose not to do so, mainly because it makes the video easier. It makes progress easier, guys, and it's cleaner too. I'm not exactly going for ranks, and I don't know how to get the ranks, if I'm completely honest, because the ranking system on this game is fucking useless. You think you've done horrific and you get 100, you think you've done great and you get 30. It just doesn't make any sense. And yeah, I don't understand a lot of features. Like, this game could have been absolutely fantastic. It got delayed so much. I expected it to be flawless in almost every area of the game, and some of the problems with it are completely egregious when you consider how long they had, and I do know a lot of the dev cycle was taken up by completely, you know, stripping the game and rebuilding it, but still, like, give us the option to change our fucking gun in that horde mode. It's just ridiculous. But I'm not playing it anymore, so I guess it's one of those things that just got left to the ether. And it is a shame, because I am a Ghost Recon fan. I was a massive Advanced Warfighter fan. It was probably one of the first online games I really got into. And I wanted to play this one online a lot and get gameplays and things, but none of my friends played it, and I just had no impulse or drive to play it on my own. And with a couple of projects coming out very close to that time, and you know, my Dark Souls fever, it just got left by the wayside. But I'm currently sitting the day before Black Ops comes out. If I could be arsed, I could go to the midnight release in 6 hours and grab it, but it's too far, and there's no bus service, and I'm not walking, guys, because I just cannot be arsed. It's a 30-minute walk, and it's filled with hills, and you know, just it's not what I need right now. So I'll get it tomorrow, and that's when the real work starts, because I'm hoping to get that guide out the same day if I can. And I know that sounds ridiculous. Oh, this section here, if you're really blatant like I am, he won't see you. But make sure you lay down. If you're anything but laid down, he will see you. But it's just frustrating, because when I check on the retailer that I bought it from, they shipped it and posted it on Saturday. It's now Monday and it still hasn't arrived. And I don't know if the postal services are intentionally holding it because it has to go out on a specific day, because Activision put that massive fucking note out saying do not, you know, deliver before this period. I don't know what it is, but usually if something gets posted on a Saturday, you receive it on Monday. It's just generally how it works, and I expected to get it today so I could start, you know, playing the campaign. I've heard it's easy, so fingers crossed I can get the guide up really quickly and I can move on to, you know, to bigger, better things. But it didn't come, so I'm in a bit of a limbo, because right now I can't really be asked to play anything, because I'm excited and I want to play this new game, and it's kind of frustrating seeing all these other people playing it, and especially the whole mentality that goes immediately onto the multiplayer, which, you know, if you make a living on YouTube, I guess it makes sense, because multiplayer content's going to get you the most views, but they build a single player for a reason, guys. You know, a long time ago games only had a single player, and that's what we loved. And I know the internet is the way forward, and I know multiplayer is generally where a lot of places make their revenue, but gaming's about more than just beating up on people you don't know. And a lot of people don't seem to realise that, because they come from a generation that has absolutely no real understanding of what games are. But I'm looking forward to zombies. I'm looking forward to uncovering zombies. I don't want to learn too much about it so that I can bring videos of me learning it to you. Not necessarily instructionals, just, you know, my path through the game. Because one thing I've learnt from the Dark Souls videos is people enjoyed the progression. They enjoyed watching me go from being a bad player, essentially, with experience, with knowledge, to a better player with knowledge. So the progression of going, you know, from getting shit stomped to winning and to getting consistently better is something that people enjoyed to see. So that might be something I decide to do with upcoming content. Because I would love to do a Road to Commander, but I would probably end up murdering somebody in the duration of it. Because if the connection in this game is anything like, you know, Modern Warfare 3, I probably will rage quit and never finish the series. Because I really like Modern Warfare 3 unless I'm on a bad connection. And I'm on a bad connection on Modern Warfare 3 generally about 50% of the time. So if you've ever played with me, you'll generally know that I get slightly mad, a little bit miffed, you know, irked in some lesser, you know, category, but I don't know. There's going to be a lot of different content coming for it, and I don't want to be like every other channel, mainly because I've always tried to strive to make things my own, and I think I'm going to be using a lot of theatre mode and hopefully a lot more creativity in my commentaries. Try to make less of them, but have the ones I put up be more quality. And that doesn't necessarily mean score-wise. I'm not going to, you know, try and get 100 kills and 1 death videos, because there's a million channels that do that. But the majority of the people that put those kind of scores up are the least interesting motherfuckers on this planet. And it's not their fault. They just couldn't commentate, you know, to save a fart. So you just got to bear that in mind. But one thing I will say, guys, because I assume people will watch this, because this will be the video I put up before the guide starts for Black Ops, so it might get quite a lot of exposure, is with the live streams I've been watching, apparently killing and kill whoring is not that beneficial in this game. It's a lot more objective based, which I think is a great thing, because I do like to kill whore, but I also do like to do objective stuff, so it benefits my style quite a lot. And the one thing that objectives helping the entire team is going to do is it's going to make the emphasis on teamwork that much more. So I'm hopefully going to be wanting to play with some teams, and I don't know how many of my friends are going to be getting into it, you know, playing it a lot. And if they don't, and it's just little old me, I'm probably going to be enlisting subscribers or people that want to play with me, because it's been a long time since I've arranged, you know, a play session with myself, and hopefully this time it'll allow some people that really do want to, you know, have a talk or just get on and play some fun games, and it'll help me play Black Ops 2, you know, instead of getting shit stomped on my own trying to carry bad players. So it could benefit both of us. It could be a real cool time, and who knows, you know, we might hook it off. You might actually become a legitimate friend of me, and I know a lot of people would like that, because I'm just really a voice, you know, at this moment in time. And a lot of people wonder, should I say, if this is what I'm really like, or if this is just one big act to try and get subscribers, you know, sucking the corporate cock like a good little slave. But you'll find that out if we do have conversations, and if we do play together. But we're coming to the end of the first part as we go down into the actual challenging section of the mission, which is the combat area. I'm not too sure if you can stealth this entire section, but when I've tried it failed, so I'm going to be shooting dudes, so just bear that in mind, folks. But thanks for watching, and you take care now.